Hey everybody, this is Mark Granier. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dropbox and the ways, well, what Dropbox is and how we can use it in the classroom. I'm going to try to keep this short, so let's get rolling with it. Dropbox is an online sharing tool that runs through email and allows you to share documents with a large group of people. I've had a lot of experience with using Dropbox with organizing teachers, with student groups at the University of Regina and all that kind of stuff. And it worked great for transferring files quickly from one person to another rather than through email. So let's talk about how to set up Dropbox. As you can see, it's a very easy setup to do. You first name, last name, email, and password. Agree to the Dropbox terms, and that creates your account. Now, what you need to do is once your account is created, you get to a home screen similar to what you see here. This is all the folders that you've created online. What's nice about Dropbox is it's a nice storage system in the cloud. So when you put stuff onto here, you have continuous access to it, and you can sort it as you would in your normal files on your computer. Now, when you open up Dropbox and when you first get into your account, it's going to ask you to download the app for your computer. Now, what that does is that allows you to view Dropbox as a file on your computer, and I'll show you what I mean right away here. If I open up my folders here, I'll put that in the screen view. So as you can see, once you have Dropbox downloaded onto your computer, you can see it shows up in the side tabs right in this area here. And what's really nice about that is we can tap on a Dropbox and it shows up just as any other file folder would on your computer, which is really nice. So you can easily take documents. So if I take, say if I go from my documents here, let me pull something up. And say I wanted to transfer this school list I have into my Dropbox folder. It's just a simple drag and drop. And what ends up happening is it gets put into a specific folder. I think that went into one of my other folders. Give me 2 seconds here. There we go. And there it's getting put into the folder. Now, as you can see, there's a little tiny symbol right here. It's a check mark, but originally it was blue. So what that means is that when you originally put the file in there, it takes a couple seconds for it to actually upload onto Dropbox and be available. So if I put this into any one of these shared folders that I have, that I've developed through Dropbox.com, which we'll talk about in a second, if I put something into these folders, I can easily, everybody who is being shared by those folders can access it and can change the document, resave it, print it off, move it wherever they want to do. So it's a great way to share documents between one person and another. And what's really nice about it is that you don't have to deal with the same issues that you have with email. So if you're putting in large files and you're wanting to transfer large files between a group of people, doing it with email sometimes doesn't work because you have such a large file. It's just too much for the inbox to carry. So this is one way of getting around that is you just drop it into the folder, it uploads, and then they can drop the Dropbox works through people's emails. So it's just another way. It's similar to the email, but it's not quite similar to the email, and it's a lot more efficient to use. So let's talk about making a folder. All we need to do to make a folder is there's a tiny little folder thing at the top of your kind of dashboard here. So we just hit share folder, and I just want to name this a test folder. Creates it. So apparently I have to sign in. So as we can see, we've made our test folder here, and it's completely empty right now. And from here, you can easily drag and drop new things into your Dropbox folder. You can upload files, and next you need to share this with somebody. So up at the very top, there's a little file folder with a rainbow on it. We can hit share this folder. It brings up this screen where we can we invite members to this folder through their email. So all you need to do is you just need to type their email into here, and maybe add a little bit of message you want to send with it. It'll send a link to their email, and they just, as soon as they receive that link, they click on it, accept it, and the folder comes up in their Dropbox account. And again, you can start sharing folders. You can start sharing documents and PowerPoints and pictures and all that kind of stuff with any amount of people. When you open this, I think you get 500 gigabytes of space in your Dropbox folder. But as you continue to invite more people to use it and get people signed up with it, they give you more and more space. I think it might be 2 2 gigabytes or 2 megabytes. I can't remember. But oh, it's right. Yeah, you get a certain starting point, but it increases as you start collecting from other people and start getting more people involved. How can we use this in the classroom? I guess is the next question we should ask ourselves. Dropbox in the classroom seems like a very good idea, especially since a lot of classroom stuff is going towards PCs and iPads and stuff like that. However, I've heard there are some issues with transferring Apple's version of Microsoft Office to the Dropbox folder. But again, along with this post on our resource page here, one of them has to do with getting around that issue. So please take a look at that blog. That's on this website as well. The best way to use this in the classroom would be just as a hand-in tool. Students can just do their work, maybe write up an assignment on a laptop, on a tablet, whatever, and just drop it in the Dropbox. And you can file it according to assignment, keep it nice and organized, just like you would in a filing cabinet or something like that. And you can continually reference it into them. What's really nice about this too is if I go back to my files that I have on Dropbox, let's say if I want to go into my internship file, and if I'm wanting to share this with my entire class, maybe this is our assignment we're going to be doing. What are you? You are what you eat. This document, and I want to share this with the class. There's a tiny little share link on this side that I can send out to everybody's email, and they'll get this document for them. And it's a nice quick thing. If you have a list of your students, it's just quickly type everything in, send it away, and you have your assignment set up for next day, which is really nice. Especially if you're doing diverse assessment, like maybe you're doing a 5-word story, or maybe you're doing a series of pictures and they're wanting to transfer and hand it into you. This is a great way because you're not going to be able to email that many pictures, and you can easily throw it into Dropbox and go that route, which is a great tool to use. Yeah, and that's kind of my extent of kind of giving you an introduction to Dropbox. Like I said, it's really convenient. Make sure you download it onto your computer if you can, and it's just using it just like any other file folder that you want to use. So that's my kind of summary of Dropbox. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment at the bottom. Thanks.